and welcome to our program. Today we are visiting the exhibition Media for All here at Del.3, organized by Internet Week Denmark, where Peter Lett is going to tell us about copyright and open content. Let's check it out.
Yeah, so then there's this little poster, and I think that's it also covers the story very well. So if you would like an ice cream, like this one, it's made of something that I am allowed to download. So these 4 pictures have been downloaded from Unsplash, all 4, and then I have used some open source Photoshop software and made my own ice cream. And this is the freedom that runs with all the works that are on Unsplash and on all the sites that I have shown you on Media for All.
And now that I saw that, I forgot to ask what Open Denmark is.
Open Denmark is it's an attempt to build an organization in Denmark that is not just of grassroots. Because if you look at Wikipedia in the world, or Creative Commons in the world, or Open Knowledge Foundation and so on, it's often grassroots trying to tell this story, trying to help people and trying to build something that is open. And I think that if all in Denmark and all in the world should know what open actually could bring to them, we need a big, strong organization. So I have founded Open Denmark, and I'm chairman of it. And the intention with Open Denmark is just to be a safe harbor where you could come and you could seek advice. Perhaps we could find some way to help your. You might be having an education, or you might have your own shop. Perhaps open content could help you earn money or be wiser or do things.
Okay. So it's deeply related to Media for All.
Yeah, all the all the copyright in Media for All is owned by Open Denmark.
Okay.
So the domain and the website, it's owned by this community of members called Open Denmark.
And this is obviously more specifically about Denmark, but besides Creative Commons, is there any other big organizations like that cover, I don't know, maybe the whole Europe, or it's more directed to Europe or global? Is there?
No, I think if you like, if you want to know anything about open, Creative Commons would be the first place to learn about.
Yeah.
And if you would like to have a community that's strong and can show you what open can do, you should look for the Wikipedia and Wikimedia communities, because they are super strong all over the world. For instance, in Germany, in Berlin, 160 people are working at Wikipedia headquarters in Berlin.
Okay.
So it's not just grassroots and not just for fun. It's also big companies actually now working. You could look at Mozilla Foundation. It's just doing. And in this building where we are sitting, you could also meet some people called OS2 who works with open source software in the municipalities.
Okay.
So if you were working in a Danish municipality or in a municipality somewhere else in the world, you could have a look at their homepage and see how can we improve society with open source software.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are many possibilities. And I think the last poster is the most colorful. So So this is actually just the story of remix told by hand, if you could say that. So if you find something on the internet that you are allowed to use and remix and work on, then this is the story of it. Because here we have been at Pixabay mostly, and we have made some of our own drawings, and we have made this poster. And then everyone are free to take a crayon and start remixing or improving anything that they like on this poster. And if they think, whoa, now I've made an artwork, I would like my name on it, then they can go here and then they can write their own name. And that could perhaps be a way of training that, wow, I can find something on the internet that I can have some fun with, and I can teach myself that if I find something on the internet, or if I am producing artworks myself, I must remember my name also. So the art names of people who have made these things are also here.
Yeah. And so do you think that that's the main thing that needs to be changed right now, like education? Like how people see open content and how they are not trained, but how they use it and the possibilities and everything. And is that why you do the workshops?
Yeah. There are many levels that we could focus on. When it comes to education, when it comes to children, they could have a big imagination, and you cannot transport the classroom to the ice bears or icebergs or anything like that.
Yeah.
So we need a lot of content in the classroom from outside, and I think open content is very super fantastic for that. But looking at the society, I also think that if we want democracy and if we want robust news, robust information, it must be something that we can actually see how has it been produced. So if I look at the news, if you look at an article at Wikipedia, you cannot write anything on Wikipedia unless you have a source for it. So that gives me the ability to check the resources and the sources, yes. If you look at the world, you might say that in East we have some threats going around civil rights. You might say that in the West we have some threats with capitalism. For instance, just one man building cars, he just buying the home page where we all communicate. What does it do to our world that Elon Musk now owns Twitter? It does do something. So I think from that perspective that there might be some threats from both sides. And when I look at a European context, I think that we could be an example for democracy by using open content, open licensing, saying if we improve something, we should use it in a way where we share our knowledge, and if the government runs open, then it's possible for me to see how the government is being run. Yeah, but I think it depends on how you look at it. If you were to make a living of tourists in the area where you live, you could easily also adopt some of this to improve your business. If you were to help people with disabilities, if you were to give every people the ability to take part of it, no matter if they're rich or poor, or if they can read or not read, no matter gender and so on, I think open is a fair way to give everyone a chance of being part of this world and this community. So I think it's not we are not demanding anything of copyright holders. We're just giving copyright holders the ability to be able to share in a safe way. That is what open is. And we like to share. I think everyone likes to help each other.
And there is a lot of content being produced nowadays. Do you recommend for everyone to get their content copyrighted or a Creative Commons license? Like, imagine if a young person is in a band or it's a photographer or whatever, but it's creating content. What do you recommend for that person to do?
I think open licensing can be used if you have a purpose with it.
Okay, so it depends.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of bands using open licensing as a way of making public relations and building a fan community.
And then later closing it?
Perhaps, or looking at what does it cost me that I gain attention. Perhaps they come and listen to me when I'm doing a concert, and people would like to pay for that concert because they've just listened to the music. And I think the price between giving my music for free and having 1 or 2 Danish øre for each time my music was played, perhaps it would be worth considering. I'm not asking everyone to share everything, but I think some of us could be useful, taking responsibility. Teachers who know how to curate content.
Yeah.
Museums who have some knowledge that they should take care of, and taking care doesn't mean making a silo where we cannot access. I think they have a responsibility.
Okay. Wow, that was a lot of information.
Yeah, it was also a lot of talking.
Yes.
I hope that we can just say, oh, could something impress me? Could it be fun? Would I like to make a podcast? Would I like to see something in virtual reality?
Yeah.
Or if you are taking an education and you are going to be a nurse, how can I be a better student if I have better access to content?
Yeah. And you're gonna still be working on this platform, right? So it's constantly being updated.
Yeah. And I think in the coming years we would be making curated content for subjects, for educational levels. So if you are in the Danish primary and secondary schools, all the subjects would have their own collection, where I would say, if you are having history, I would suggest that you saw these subjects. But on the other side, if you are studying medicine at a higher level, I hope in the coming following years to be able to also address open content there.
Okay, so there's a lot of focus on education, probably because you were a teacher, right?
Yeah. Well, I think with this page, I think that it is the hunt for media that defines this one.
Okay.
But if a company comes to us and talk about how can they benefit from using open licensing on their own content or adopting open content in their company.
So you also do that type of counseling?
Yeah, that would be in Open Denmark.
Okay.
Where you can find that service.
Okay. And will you, like you talked about this coming years, that you're gonna do those collections for the different subjects? Is it only gonna be you working on this? How is this run? Is it's volunteer based? It's non-paid? Everything?
Yeah. Well, I hope to change that.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that Media for All is first generation of my intention.
Yeah.
Second generation is already being built and is published right now. It's called Tools for All. So that's the sister side where you can see how can I find software that I can use without looking at the price label first.
Okay.
And the next level is also how can we drive society? How can we help each other? How can we make speech recognition together? How can we make citizen science together? How can we use technology to improve our world and take part in communities? Because we're not I don't think that we should expect everyone to have a 9-to-5 job in the coming years. And I don't think that we would like that everyone either. So I think the community, how can we show each other what community is and what it can be? That would be a site called Wiki for All and Open for All, and they are coming. So I would like to show people how they can help also.
Okay, so like this is a lifelong project.
Yeah. So
it's never end, like you don't there's...
because it's so fantastic. So this weekend I've just translated a site from Mozilla Foundation called Common Voice.
Common Voice.
And Common Voice is a way to make speech recognition for all voices, for all languages in the world.
Okay.
And you and me can take part of it. We are just using our own voice, seeing some text, speaking it, and another one is listening to what we said and looking at the same text and recognizing if this is Danish or not.
Okay.
And
so you're helping improving the software.
Yeah. So when we all have worked for that project in 10,000 hours,
10,000 hours.
Then the computer will be able to understand Danish. And
Wow.
I don't think we owe the computers or the machines anything, but I think at least the machines should know how to understand us. At least they should bend. They are the slaves.
So far.
I don't know, yeah, but of course I think that technology is just extending ourselves. And I think it's super fun to be part of a project where you can improve something for others and for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So that's my motivation.
Yeah, it's quite a beautiful motivation. Yes. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Something you feel like we didn't really talk so much about? That you would like to share?
I think first of all I would apologize for both the producer and for you seeing this chapter that I did talk so much.
No, it was perfect.
Quite a long story, but yeah. No, I think if you're curious, there is a Facebook group. And there are communities all over the world. So if you're not Danish speaking, then I think if you speak English, you could contact us at Open Denmark and Medier for All if you have any questions and so on. Because sometimes it's just a little thing that you need help to get started. It doesn't take hours to understand Medier for All, but it takes some time, perhaps 5 minutes. So if anyone needs help, they should just contact us.
Yeah, but the website should be enough for people to at least understand the basics, right?
I hope.
Yeah. Well, I checked it out, and for me it was quite nice, a quite nice introduction.
Yeah.
So yeah. Thank you for doing the website and for spending so much time assembling everything and the collections, and wow, a lot of effort put there.
Yeah, but there are so many people, and it's not rocket science. so that's the amazing part. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, perfect. And thank you so much for showing us around and explaining
do come to
everything.
If you have time. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was it for this program, but stay tuned for the next one. In the meantime, don't forget to check our Facebook page, BURT, for updates on our schedules and programs. See you soon.
2004, a new art museum, the Aros, has begun its exhibitions. Currently, among others, a special exhibition shows art pieces under the title of Fra Abigail til Kirkeby, which tell the story of the development of Danish art over 200 years with the odd glance of foreign works. Included the part of the nature and the realism, the modern breakthrough as far as the imagination and feeling, as the museum explained. It depends on us what we want to see. Definitely recommended to everyone. Aarhus is a dynamic city of the Jutland Peninsula in Denmark. 315,000 people live in Aarhus, one of the oldest towns in Scandinavia, established in 770 at the Viking Ages. Aarhus City Hall is designed in 1941, Denmark's new culture canon. The bell tower, which since then has become a landmark for Aarhus, stands 60 meters tall, including 43 bells which 3 times a day play the song Invernalis Temporis. With a length of 93 meters, Aarhus Cathedral is the longest church in Denmark, the result of radical rebuilding in Gothic style, and it seats approximately 1,200 people. Nearby the cathedral, we can see the bronze horse memorial statue with Danish King Christian X, which made at 1955 by K. Fisher. The Spanian, the oldest swimming pool place in Aarhus, was built between 1930 to 1933 at the heart of the city. Here you can enjoy the swimming, massage, fitness activities, relax at the cafe, and so on. Den Gamle By was founded in 1909 as the world's first open-air museum of urban history and culture. 75 historical houses from all over Denmark shape the contours of a Danish town as it might have looked in Hans Christian Andersen's days, with streets, shops, yards, and some virtual interactive screens around the museum. Den Gamle By is an amazing historical experience for all of us. The iceberg was built at 2012 on the coast of Aarhus Harbor with perfect view to the sea. This extraordinary building complex includes 208 apartments made by 2 Danish, 1 Dutch and 1 French contemporary architect companies. Aarhus Central Station was built in 1927. The station is used by an average of 6.3 million people per year, making it the busiest station outside the Copenhagen area. There are intercity connections to Aalborg and Copenhagen, regional connections to the rest of Jutland, and international trains to Hamburg and Berlin. The river Aarhus, what is known today as the Vodested, with its cafe culture and outdoor life, especially during the summertime, with the circle of bridges, historical places, a very vibrant and busy place. Aarhus Theatre opened in 1900 by architect Huck Kampmann. Every year, 450 shows from 20 amazing different stage pieces for approximately 100,000 spectators. When sun goes down, we can explore the nightlife or just relax in hotel. It's up to us. And when next day comes, we can explore again and again this amazing place, which called the City of Everything.